Please, Dad, let me do this.
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer and credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
Yeah.
You're not my dad.
Insert hot mom joke here.
Oh, yeah. Who are you, Rob Riggle?
So we're back. We're back with part 2, full breakdown of Midnight Sun 2018, Bella Thorne, Patrick Schwarzenegger, Rob Riggle, XP, Don't Go in the Sun. It's triggering. We got ice cream shops. We got keg parties. We got Zoe Carmichael, that bitch. We got boats we can't go on yet. We got tinted cars, tinted minivans. We got
all tint everywhere.
Swim meets coming up. Everything's just coming together right now. And we've got lies.
You're as hot as your mom.
You're as hot as your mom. We got some creepy lines coming. We got some creepy moments. We're on a borderline horror movie. We got, lies.
Love it.
Everyone's just lying to each other.
Lies out there. Well, good lies, bad lies.
Yeah, it's just her not telling the full truth. That's all. Right?
Love it.
So I think we left off. She was going on a real date with Charlie Reed.
A real date in air
real
quotes,
date,
because
it's the same
they've been
thing.
On 100 dates.
Yeah, they've been on 100 days, but it's the same thing, just in Seattle. Like, oh, we're going to the big city.
This is the big one.
This is the big one. So we get to the train station, and surprise, there's Fred. He's like, I got tickets for you. And Fred.
Which I was like, wait a second. You're traveling on a train to somewhere. Like, this is before we knew how adjacent to Seattle they were. I was like, they're going to be gone all night. She's going to be out till the morning. This is terrible.
Yeah, what are you doing? So, spoilers.
Spoilers.
So then we're on the train. Everyone's happy, and Fred's like, have a good time. See you later.
Where are we going? You'll find out.
You'll find out. Right?
Yeah, he's a monster.
Then we're on a train. Neither one of them have ever been on a train before, which I'm like, what?
Yeah. Well, so
I guess she makes sense, but
he's like, yep. He's like, anytime you're traveling at night on a train, you have to eat Chinese food out of a backpack. And she's like, I've never been on a train before. I didn't know that. And he's like, me neither. And you're like, why would you say that then?
How would you say that?
I hate this.
It'd be really funny if she just played it straight. He was like, why would you say that then? I don't know. Just sounded good.
Fred,
where are you, buddy?
Stop the train.
Stop the train. I need to get off right now. So then he goes on about how he never saw him. We get like, talking about kid stuff. Something about them not liking lemonade, which is ridiculous.
Well, because he was like, I still can't believe that I never saw you outside during the day when we were kids. Like, I would have bought lemonade at your stand, like that sexy lemonade. And you're like,
Jesus. Don't do that.
But yeah, she's like, oh, I'm more of an inside kid. And he's like, I know the real story. And she's like, oh my God, you do? And he's like, you and your dad are in the witness protection program, man. Blah, 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 ha, ha. And she's like, haha, you didn't even know. The truth is I've been sent here to monitor you.
Not during the day, though.
Right. And he's like, classic witness protection. And you're like, we're just going to gloss over all of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of teasing it again in that truth, but not really. Like, oh, this is why I can't be outside during the day, but it's okay.
Yep. And he's like, close your eyes and open your mouth.
I think that's the tagline from M&M's, isn't it?
That's right.
M&M's. Close your eyes and open your mouth.
Peanut M&M's.
Good surprise.
And sure enough, it's a surprise. Peanut M&M's.
Yeah, Chekhov's M&M's have gone off. Here they are.
Yep.
Kapow.
That's right. Which I was like, wait, that's the one thing you remember? It's not even something that she necessarily likes. It's something some kid gave her at the train station. like get her something she likes.
Yeah. You don't even know if she likes M&M's.
Yes.
And then we're
look out the window and see the Space Needle. So that's how we know it's Seattle.
We're in Seattle, yeah, right. And then we go into a city montage. And just we're walking around town. We see some street musicians. We see some street artists. They get a little caricatures of themselves. They got walking around. We got hands holding. And then Charlie's like, I got another surprise. And he like walks her down this alley in Seattle. And she's like, where are you going? And then comes up to this door.
Close your eyes and open your mouth.
Like, so they're going to. Jesus.
not that kind of movie. It's not that kind of movie.
When I went to your house, I saw a photo of your mom. Your dad's right. Like,
I brought your mom back from the dead. She's here.
yeah, with the help of AI. What? What's happening right now?
Is this that Johnny Depp movie?
Yeah, I brought her back, and she doesn't have XP. So I'm going to date her. What?
She's improving herself.
What is happening? So he goes on his alley to this club, which it's like a music venue bar, I assume. So I don't know what high school kids. So he goes to the door guy, and the door guy's like, "Hey, Charlie Reed, what's going on, man?" They do like a whole handshake thing. I'm like, what?
Oh, there's that cool swimmer from out of town, from Purdue.
The football quarterback walks by. He's like, "God damn it!"
Yo, he's got that sexy long top body.
Yeah, everyone knows that's cool. He's slick as a baby's behind. So they do this whole handshake thing. I'm like, he's 18. How often was he coming into Seattle and going to this club where he knows the door guy? Like, I mean, I used to go to music venues and stuff like that, but not to the point where I'm like, I don't know, it's better.
No, definitely not. Yeah. Especially not in like a major city. Like if it was a music venue in Purdue.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I used to go
Fred, the train station guy, sure.
Yeah, I used to go to Providence all the time and see it, but that's not Seattle.
Yeah.
I mean, as we say in New England, yeah, Providence is the Seattle of New England, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right. Famously.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. So he's like, I got another surprise for you. And we're at a concert. And so the song that was playing during this montage is now the song that's actually being played by the band that they hear in this club. This is the guy, lead singer from Hawking, the Canadian alt-rock band.
Yep, still carrying the guitar around for some reason.
Still carrying the guitar around. All date. This is fun. And they dance and they kiss. And then we're on the boardwalk. And she's going on. This is also from the trailer. And she's like, blah, blah, blah. That was awesome.
Best thing ever. Hey. Live music is beautiful. An actual line from the movie. Duh. Live music is beautiful. And he's like, you're beautiful.
God damn it.
I hate this movie so much.
So then he's like, you got to do it. And she's like, what? And he puts the guitar case down. He opens the guitar and he's like, I'm giving you an ultimatum to play right now. Either we have, he says some ridiculous thing. He's like, either we have the best day under the stars or you play the guitar and I kill you. Or I was like, what? What's happening?
He's like, well, we came all this way and blah, blah, blah. So like either, we turn around, go home right now, or we continue to have the best night of our lives.
Yes.
She's like, what?
Or I die if you don't play. What is happening right now? Billy the Puppet bikes by and he's like, want to play a game? Like, oh, what is happening right now?
She's like, aren't you hungry? I'm always hungry and you're always hungry. Everyone's always hungry, right?
Get me out of this situation. You just had Chinese food. Shut up. So then...
Yeah. And he's like, I'll be here watching you on my HTC phone that he holds up.
Get nice and close to that HTC phone. Who owns an HTC phone? Get out of here. Next.
In 2018.
Probably a lot of people.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
That was a good year for HTC.
Sure.
Before the antitrust thing, before this China things.
Ooh.
A lot of
it's all come back.
Involved there.
That's right. Chinese, because we have the Chinese funding. Okay, yeah.
Google used to use them for the
that's right.
pixel lines, the nexus,
that's right.
Thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right, they're fine.
They were big back then.
Yeah. So she's nervous and she starts playing, and again, it's this. Now we have.
She doesn't have a permit for this.
Yeah.
You need a busking permit.
So she just starts playing, and it's literally the entire song. It's like 3.5 minutes of song, her playing a song.
Yep. And he's just sitting there, like smiling like a creep with his phone out. And he's like, yes. Do the spin move.
Do the spin move. More spinning. More spinning. So she's spinning and playing, and like it's very weird because the audio doesn't match with the things that's going on really all well.
Way too long. People start showing up.
Yeah, people are like, oh, she's got
it.
Yeah. She's hot. Her mom must have been hot too. Let's go check her out.
I bet she's got a hot mom. Yeah.
Why would you do this? Oh my God.
Also, she's still a child.
Yes, she is. She is.
Which some of these people are young.
Yeah. Just Seattle people walking by.
Yeah. But everyone's like cheering and clapping now and like, yeah, this is a song I've never heard.
You did it.
Kind of stinks.
I think our buddy Ferris there, or whoever his name was, the man, I think this is the guy who, like, Charlie leans over and like hugs him when he's clapping. Like, what is going on?
I was going to say, the extras in this scene were outrageous.
Yeah.
Because like when she's like wrapping up the song, that one guy's like, yeah, like doing like a fist pump thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, what?
Don't get so excited.
All right.
It feels like all the extras were like friends of the director, and he gave them all like their quick, like long 2-3 second hold on them. Like the guy in the ice cream shop ordering ice cream, like, why is this guy's face in the screen for 5 seconds?
I just wanted ice cream.
And they hold him like, what? This guy's like, yeah. It's like,
all right.
Settle down.
You saved the ski lodge.
Yeah.
From the corporations.
From Zoe Carmichael's corporate family. Relax. That's not what happened.
Peanut M&Ms for everyone.
Oh man, what a great one. So Amelia. Hopefully I remember this one later. Okay,
write it down or something.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Yeah, so we're like a little over halfway through at this point, right? And we get on the train ride home. And so after the train, he's like, hey, you were really, really good out there tonight. You have to do musical career stuff, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. Ready to go swimming? And he's like, whoa, babe, listen, I don't swim anymore. You know I don't swim anymore.
I can't
Not
swim.
after the incident.
Not after my trip off the roof.
Yeah. She's like, you made me sing. And he's like, do you know how cold that water is? Which is a totally valid point.
Yeah. It's cold.
Yeah. And she's like, all right, well, either we go home right now or we continue to make this the best night of our lives.
Don't use my lines against me.
Yep. And he's like, I don't even have my swimsuit. And she's like,
me neither.
Advertisement for OnlyFans. Because then she strips and he strips and everybody's stripping and having a good time in the water. A little water montage.
Yeah, a little water montage, swimming around in our underwear. They make out and it's magical. It's hazy. You know, it's magical when the camera gets hazy, you know?
Yeah. And the scene is weird. I don't like the way it's shot. So this is where I have gripes with the director probably too. Like they're doing like weird underwater shots of like their legs.
them like holding each other and like
and you're like, well, and she's like, are you teaching me the breaststroke right now? And he's like, maybe. And she's like, that seems like a trick. And you're like, ew, all of this, ew.
Who's writing this? Oh, right. Eric Kirsten, right. Yeah. Okay.
Eric, our enemy.
Our enemy, yeah. Middle-aged dude writing young adult.
Yeah. I bet you have a hot mom, right?
Yeah. Let's make a joke about the breaststroke and, you know, she's in her underwear. Okay, this will be okay.
She's 17.
Yeah. God damn it. Gross. All right, so we're back about the bonfire.
Well, yeah, the only other thing that's weird about that scene is a line he says like something like, I don't hate anything when I'm with you. You're like,
oh yeah.
What? Like the dialogue, I feel like the first half of the movie, not the worst. It's not great, but like it's fine. The second half falls off a cliff.
Yeah, pretty heavily, which we're at right about now. I think we're just past the halfway point. So
yep.
All right, so oh man, are you ready?
Ready to talk about Berkeley?
Are you ready
at the beach
again? We're at the bonfire. We're building up here. So they've had a great night out in Seattle. They're back by the beach here. Berkeley thoughts, and he's like,
talks about swimming defines him.
Yeah,
people didn't know who I was when I wasn't in the pool. Like, that's not how you're not that popular.
and then they have like this. They have this like common ground moment where he's like, yeah, I just was the guy in the pool, and she's like, oh, I know how you feel. I'm just, you know, but she hasn't explained to him the disease, but she's like, oh yeah, I'm just the girl with the disease. I get it, you know.
Yeah, you're not just the guy in the pool.
Yeah, you're not just a guy. Like, it's like
who gives a shit?
Like that connection's like when people are like, oh, it's like going to war. It's like, no, it's not. Nope.
No, it's not.
Nope. It's like
you were the guy in the pool.
Guy in the pool. You're just a guy in the pool. I can't go in the sun. So not the same.
Totally different.
Can't relate.
Yeah. Your life expectancy is like 40 if you're lucky.
If you're lucky, right?
According to like the stats, again, because we looked up some information here and other people didn't.
Yeah. Eric.
It's like
Kirsten.
If you're in the US and you have this disease, odds are like I think it was like 70% of people live to at least 40.
40,
which is like
yeah.
not bad, I guess. Still dramatically short in lifespan, but
Yes.
which tees me up for another random fact.
I love it.
Have you ever heard of foreign accent syndrome?
Foreign accent syndrome? Like
Yep,
what we like what we do?
That's right.
Okay.
So apparently, this is a thing. I think I had heard of this maybe once, but after you have some kind of brain injury or stroke, there's like a good amount of documented cases, pretty obscure, but still definitely happens, where people start speaking with a foreign accent without having ever like lived in a country like that. Like,
I mean,
all of a sudden one day you're like, oh, now I'm British.
sign us up. Diagnosis right now, right?
A real bad concussion or something, just like us.
I hit my head the other day. I was just speaking an Australian accent. So
I mean, it's a pretty serious condition, but also pretty rare. And
also pretty rare. So
I don't think there's any real consequences other than like you don't sound like yourself, but maybe that's a good thing if you're like us.
So where are we? So
we're at the part where she's like, all right, yeah, you don't have to be the guy in the pool. Now is all that matters. All you have to care about is right this second. And he's like, great, speaking to tomorrow morning, ready for the greatest sunrise of your life. And she's like, sunrise? What time is it?
Oh, no. Nar.
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 It's 4:50 in the morning.
Oh, no. And this is when she checks. She's like, what? And then she checks her watch. She's like, oh, no, it's not waterproof. Duh.
And then she looks at her phone and there's like 100 texts from daddy being like, where are you? I'm super serious.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. And she's like, it's 4:15 or 4 whatever a.m. And how do you not know what time it is? I don't know, right?
You can start to see the sunrise a little bit.
You can get
at that time.
You come out of twilight and into whatever that is before sunrise. It's like, you know, that whatever that is in between there. It's like, come on.
And sunrise is quick, but it's not that quick.
Not that. So she freaks out in this movie.
This is from the trailer. The struggling to put on her shirt. Like,
yep. Slow-mo.
Boobs out everywhere.
Yep. Because I guess you have to have that in slow-mo.
Yep. Advertising for OnlyFans.
Yep, that's right. And she's running and like this literally, it turns into a mad scramble. And all of a sudden this movie turns into a horror movie. And Charlie, of course, is like, dude, what is going on? Yeah. And she's like,
wait, tell me what's going on.
What's happening? And she just runs away and it's like,
yes.
Don't you have the truck right there? Can you just be like, hey, can you get me in the truck? Like, don't be stupid.
So he chases her in the truck.
Yeah. And then she's like, it's like the Ferris Bueller moment where she's like running through all the yards. Excuse me. And she runs on the street.
Get in the truck.
It runs. And she's like, get into truck. And I like how all of a sudden like it turns into like action, like they sped up like a Mad Max movie. Everything's like sped up. And she's like, just get me out.
Like screaming.
Yeah.
Go, Charlie, go! Faster! You have to go as fast as you can. You have to speed. Faster! And he's like, what's happening? Tell me what's happening.
The aliens are after us. You just gotta keep going.
It's so funny.
It's like they shoot like they zoom in on his foot, like hitting the gas pedal. I wish they did like Sam Raimi thing. They're like shifting into gear. That would have been cool,
right? Yeah, turn it into like an action movie.
Yeah, zoom in on his foot, hitting the gas pedal, and like
that would have been awesome.
Like drive all of a sudden, and then he's like, "What is going on?" And then she gets home and she's slow-mo race to beat the sun. The sun is coming up. The rays are shooting through the sky.
She's super exposed. Been exposed to the sun now for minutes.
Yeah. So she's getting up the stairs, slow-mo. The sun is almost there. It's mostly there. And then she gets inside the door and slams the door closed. That was all from the trailer. And Charlie's like, dude, what? That's fine.
Yep.
Dad shows up.
Yeah. He's like running up, like still being like, Katie, you got to talk to me. And then daddy's like, how could you let this happen to her? And he's like, what's going on? No one tells me anything.
And then Morgan shows up because everyone shows up at the same time. And Morgan's just like, dude, what? And he's like, I don't know what's going on. He's like, she didn't tell you.
Did she tell you?
She's got XP. And he's like, what the hell is that?
She can't go in the sun. It could kill her. And then she runs in the house and she's like, Katie.
And then
like everyone just leaves him.
Like, what?
Like, why wouldn't you just like bring him in the house with you or something? I don't know.
Yeah, we can all take a deep breath. Let's all take a deep breath here because there's nothing you can do. Like it's
right.
Like her getting home. That's it. Like there's nothing. There's no rushing around emergency to do anything. just making sure she's home is good. But like, you can take a deep breath and be like, hey, Charlie, why don't you come on in? We'll explain everything.
Yep. Yep. And so listeners, now, if we took a step back here for science, what actually would have happened is she probably would have gotten a little bit of a sunburn, maybe some extra freckles, definitely some skin damage.
Yes.
But not what's going to happen.
No.
Which is none of those things. No skin damage at all.
No.
No visible damage.
No. Just, yeah. I don't, yeah. Yeah.
Her brain shuts down.
Her brain spoilers. The degen process just amps up, and so
we cut to the doctor.
She basically has instant death cancer or whatever.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
So we're back at the fancy doctors here, and like,
Morgan and Daddy.
This was also, I was also having a moment like, wait, isn't it during the day? How did she get here? Which is explained later because they have a sun protected van, but I guess you don't need all the details.
Kind of.
And they come back and like, hey, we're ready for you. And Morgan's like, hey, don't worry about it. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's like, no, it won't.
She was only outside for like a second, if that. We're good, Mr. P.
Nah, it was longer than that.
Which, like, why would you call him Mr. P? His name's Mr. Price. Like, it's the same syllables.
Yeah, this isn't like a sitcom from the 80s. Hey, Mr. P. You know, like,
his name's not Papadopoulos. It's Price.
It's Price.
Like,
Mr. Price.
No offense to our Greek listeners.
Nope. So then Garver shows up. Supportive boyfriend. Garvey, getting it done.
Garvey, baby.
Yeah, good to see you.
Did you bring chili?
Yeah, did you bring some ice cream? No? Okay, get out of here. So we're we do like so this is...
It's another montage. This is like a long montage that has lines in the middle, but it's a montage.
Yeah, because they cut back and forth between her at the doctor's office getting information and Charlie doing his Googling research.
Chuck doing some Googling,
Chuck doing some Googling.
He's doing you watch him search XP sun disease.
Yeah. Like, okay. And then we get to the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, this might be the triggering event, blah, blah, blah. It might be bad. And then Charlie doing more research.
We won't know until we get the results.
And it's so funny because it's like all coming together like usual suspects. Like him having flashback moments to like all the things. She's like, I can only go out in the night. I can
be free at night.
They actually show the scenes from the movie we just watched like 20 minutes ago. He's like, it's all coming together.
Yeah, and then I was Daddy's asking about the study. He's like, "What about the study? Like, can we get her into the study?" And she's like, "No, definitely not. No one cares."
And dear, like, he came down from New Orleans. His name was Redfoot. It's like, what's happening? What's going on?
At night. And he's like putting his head in his hands. He's like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
He's like a fallen over like ice cream cup. It's got the name on the bottom of like the doctor.
Yep.
Fleming ice cream. What? No, Dr. Fleming. Oh my God. Too ridiculous. And then we cut to, and then we were like, hey, any news in the study? And the doc was like, no, about that.
Yeah. No can do.
So we're swim training, and we got him, everything's calmed down now, and he's at swim practice.
Another montage.
Yeah, kind of a mini one, right? Him texting her, but not getting responses, and he's just going back and swimming training. They're at home, and we get the text going off, and Morgan's like, hey, you got to like respond to him, and you got to say something. She's like, I don't want to because I don't want to hurt him, and I'm going to hurt him because I love him, yada, yada. And she doesn't want to be the one to do it, and she plays the guitar poorly because she's got the old
motor function.
She's got the old shakes kicking in. Yikes. But she hides it from Morgan because, that's what you do. You don't tell your friends about the things that are going wrong with you. You just bottle it up, you push it down, and you live with it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Until you die. Soon.
And then you say, merch on.
Merch on. Rip Glenn.
Glenn. Not Glenn. Just Glenn. One N.
Yeah, that's right. One N Glenn.
One N Glenn. That's what we used to call him back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So
me and Russ and Glenn all went to high school together.
We were homeschooled. So
that's right. We went to homeschool together. Yeah. I was kept behind.
Yes.
Or wait, no, Russ was kept behind. So that
I was kept behind. Yeah, because I was a big
about
dummy.
8 years. 8 years back.
All right, so then we're back at home later, and Doc Fleming here, she shows up for in-person consultation.
Making a house call.
That's not good news. That's not good.
Which why do they have these like world-class medical facilities in Purdue, Washington?
Yeah, right. We're like,
I don't understand.
yeah, doctors don't really actually care about you. So
No, that's right. Listeners, don't go to the doctor.
they're just puppets for big pharma. So
Just kidding. Go to the doctor.
go to the doctor. Definitely get your annual checkup. It's free in some places. All right. So she shows up and it's like not sounding too good. And she's like, yeah, her brain's contracting. And Dad's like, whoa, can we get another report on this? Like another study? And he's like,
I couldn't stop laughing when there's just like so much silence between the two of them. And then she's like, yeah, her brain has begun to contract. Like, there's nothing we can do.
oh, okay.
I didn't know that was going to be how this presents.
Played out, yeah. Like,
You mean her brain's shrinking?
yeah, like, is that what happens? Is that a...
I thought it was so funny.
So then he's like, what about the study? And she's like, yeah, about that. They kind of shut it down this morning. No funding. Because let's put that money towards saving the millions, not the 1 in a million, you know?
Yeah, small farmer doesn't win.
No, big. Gotta go big. And she's like, yeah, I found out this morning. Sorry. And Riggle's giving his best dramatic performance here. He's like tearing up. He's like, I've been basically keeping my daughter a prisoner for decades.
In a basement.
Who's just as hot as her mother.
That's right. Daddy's so saddy.
And Daddy's so saddy. And then the doc goes on. How about it? This feels like a PSA about XP basically. And she's like, yeah, XP is known. It takes life from kids, you know, and
yeah,
awareness.
She was mostly happy, and you were a good dad.
Yeah, and you know what? She took all this with the best she could, and she loves you.
And again, though, they do a bunch of exposition about XP, but also this isn't real. Like, it doesn't go like this.
No, this is for dramatic effect, I think.
Yeah, he's like, how long does she have? Hard to say for sure. Okay.
All right.
Well, it's the United States, so her odds are pretty good.
Yeah.
She's never been exposed to the sun until just now for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably going to be fine.
She'll be fine. She should live into her 40s.
Yeah, she's got another 20 years at least.
Yeah. So then we pan up. We pan up and we see Katie saw the doc and Dad hug, so she knows that's not good news. So
right.
She's watching for
her. Montage.
Sad montage. So we got sad dinner. We got sad Charlie swimming. We got Morgan at the hospital watching some other woman who's got the shakes and being don't watch people like that. Don't people. You know what? I don't know if this is a safe tip, but don't people watch into the hospital. You can people watch outside of the hospital, but not in the hospital because that's
not
just
in the hospital.
No,
yeah. Which, speaking of things that might get you in the hospital,
not listening to too much ITMT.
Have you ever heard of fish odor syndrome?
Fish odor syndrome? The old FOSS? No, I have not.
Pretty self-explanatory, but apparently it's a rare metabolic disorder where you can't process trimethylamine.
Okay.
Which apparently is in everything.
That's my favorite methylamine, if I had to pick one.
Drink a gallon of trimethylamine every morning.
You got to go try if you're going to,
Methylamine. Yeah.
Don't try, just do.
But anyway, so you can't break it down, and your body just creates this really strong fishy
fish odor.
Yep.
Woof.
And like you're just set to sea breeze for life.
Kind of low tide, a little low tide aroma.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt you, but not great.
Yeah, it hurts those around you.
That's right.
That's the one that hurts loved ones. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's a fun one.
Thanks.
No problem. So we're still in the middle of this montage, and
that's right.
Okay.
I'm just trying not to forget this time.
Never forget, and you're doing a good job, buddy. So, as they say,
I'm good.
You're great. You're doing fine. So, Katie, she's sad. She's shaking with the guitar again, where she's got a little and then
he's doing photo stuff.
Yeah, he's in his dungeon, looking at photos of Katie.
Like a real creep.
Yeah, and then we're still at home. She's not looking great. She is looking drained.
A little tired.
And she starts daddy an online dating profile.
Yeah, well, she's like, I'm starting an online dating profile. And he's like, oh, good for you, babe.
Yeah.
Looking to the future. And she's like, no, for you. I don't want you to be alone after I'm gone.
Yeah.
You're the world's greatest father, interested in photography, right? Isn't that what we should describe you as?
Yeah. And you're big into Supersonics nostalgia. And he's like, I like that. I do too. Yeah. Big Supersonics fan. Was.
Right. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Sonics.
Like Glenn.
Yeah, like Glenn. He was a big Sonics fan. Loved them. So then
Glenn was
he's
on
like,
the Sonics, actually.
he was on their bench for a year. Briefly. Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, loves to travel. And he's like, whoa, I don't travel, honey. And this gets dark and deep real quick. And she's like, well, you will.
After I'm gone. You lost mom, and now you're going to lose me too.
Oof.
You're like,
Take that.
oh,
Have fun dying alone, Dad.
what?
Jesus. So yeah, we're doing this. Okay. And so Katie gives her dramatic performance. We got tears. Everyone's tearing. We're tearing. Dad's like, hey, Dad, go out living life and share your life, or she's like, hey, Dad, you need to go out and share your life, live your life.
Yeah.
You've been trapped with this for so long. So
Yeah, having someone is the most important thing. And I love it. She's like, just pick a rando lady, take her out. Like,
yeah, that's not how that works. That's not how that
gross.
works. Yeah. This is like the prequel to him becoming a serial killer because both the women in his life died. So he
has nothing left.
Yeah. So he's got to take it out on all other women.
Yep. Yeah. But instead he's like, okay. And then they're like, now we can order Chinese food, and they like hug and cry. And you're like,
yeah.
What? Brought to you by Chinese food.
That's right. Got tears? Get some Chinese food. All right, so we're home later. We're eating some Chinese food. We're watching some college baseball. A little Washington versus Minnesota.
Chuck rings the doorbell.
Oh, we're not eating Chinese food yet, but the Chinese food is now delivered. The doorbell rings. She opens the door. Charlie's sitting there. Chuck's sitting there with a bag of Chinese food, and she immediately closes the door and leaves him out there for a good probably 2-3 minutes as she has a conversation with Dad. Dad's like, hey, I invited him. You
said the best part of life is having somebody in your life. So
yeah.
Get out there, babe.
Yeah, and tell him about the whole
daughter.
Tell him about the whole thing, and make sure he hands the Chinese food in because I'm hungry.
Yeah, so you're not quite as hot as your mom anymore.
No, not looking. No. So we're on the front porch, and
he does his. You do exist. This time I was sure that I dreamt you. And you're like, okay, we're just repeating the script now from the beginning. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. A couple sorries, a couple can't tell me's. That's not what we do. She's like, I'm selfish. She gives a big speech. Big speech. And then...
We were never going to work out.
And we're not going to
win. I wanted us to, though.
And we're not going to win. She's like, goodbye, Charlie. And he's like walking away, and he's like, that was the worst breakup speech ever.
Total flop.
So they laugh about it. Ha, ha, ha. I've never done this before because I've never seen a real life boy. And then she's like, we can't. And he's like, but we can. And,
Yeah, he's like, I can't stop being with you. I've done my research on XP. I know what it is. I know what you're going through.
Oh my God.
You're like, no, you don't. You don't know anything.
I Googled a couple things, and now I'm basically a doctor.
I'm basically a doctor, yeah. We're not the couple that doesn't try. You've changed my life. We can have the best summer of our lives. And you're like, wait, how much of the summer is left at this point?
We have a great time until, you die.
Which is imminent, apparently.
Brain shrinking every day. Contracting.
So Steve.
Yeah. Unlike the universe. So then cue the music, and Charlie gives his speech. Yeah, best summer of our lives. They hug, all is good. And
little giggling kiss.
Again, it's good until she dies, but
yep. And then we get another montage.
Swim meet.
Swim meet montage.
Yep. We got the scout is there. He's taking his notes. He's like, oh, this guy swims faster than the other ones. I'm gonna, that's
oh, he's got that long top body. That sexy teenager. I like that. Way cooler than football players.
Yeah. God damn it. The high school football players in the court. Damn it. Slams his red Solo cup. That's what turns Johnny into an alcoholic. Didn't get the cheerleader.
Thought I could have bed somebody.
Yeah, didn't get the cheerleader Zoe Carmichael, that bitch, or the scout.
Yeah, which Zoe never in the movie again.
I know. Yeah, no, she's done. She gone. She gone.
They like set her up to be like the big bad, and then you're like, oh, actually, she's not in the movie anymore.
It's the son and Charlie. Actually, it's
Charlie
genetics.
Kills her.
Actually, it's genetics.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right. DNA. All right. So then Charlie's parents are there, and they get a weird close up of them. First introduction to them. Like, what?
Like, I'm like, who are these old people? Oh, I assume it's Charlie's parents.
Yeah. Like his dad looking like he's like, 1 or 2 shades away from being a full blown alcoholic.
Yeah. I was going to say about 4 beers deep at 9 a.m.
That's right, son. Keep swimming, son. Jeez.
You swim. You get him, boy.
Yeah.
Breaststroke. Just like Daddy taught you.
That's the line I told your mom when we were in the water. Breaststroke. You like doing that? I do. Yeah, 5 o'clock shot away from his 5th beer. It's got to be 5 o'clock shadow somewhere. So he wins, and everyone's like, "Yay!" And the scouts like,
Yay.
Noted. So post swim meet, we're outside, and Charlie's like with the parents again. And the parents like, "We're so proud of you." And
he's like, "I need a minute."
Yeah, and then the Berkeley coach will be in touch, and he's like,
Yeah,
Mom, Dad, I love what you did here, but leave me alone for a second." And then Mr. Price is there, Mr. P, in his pimped out tinted minivan.
Yeah. And Daddy's like, "Well, the rumors are true. You were pretty great in there. That sexy top body."
Better than that football player over there. Oh, man.
He's like, "Thanks for letting Katie be there, by the way." And he's like, "Couldn't have stopped her if I wanted to."
Yeah.
You're like, what?
And then Charlie's like, "Hey, mind if I take her out tomorrow?" And he's like, "Yeah, that'd be fun." And then
she's dead anyway.
Yeah, we got like a couple of days left. So, and then we get the shot from the trailer of Star Trek 2 here, Spock and where Spock dies. They're touching the glass. Oh, that's what that was. Okay, why would you put that in the trailer? Like, so stupid.
Stop smudging the windows.
Yeah, your fingerprints are all over that. Jesus.
Greasy.
And we got date night, and they just go and hold hands. Nothing.
Just driving around in the truck.
Yeah.
But they go to the surprise recording studio for some reason.
And we get there, and like there's the two engineers, and like there's this weird, again, this is like they did this multiple times in this movie where they do a close up on some extra or some person has like one line, and they just hold on them for extra time. Like I'm supposed to think I know this person. Like, oh, is that like a cameo?
Is that knockoff Pharrell?
Yeah, I was like, who is this? And I looked up, I was like, oh, it's just a guy from Montreal. Just an actor from Montreal.
Canadians.
He had a great voice though.
Yeah, but two engineers and like a bunch of session musicians. Like he really went all out for this.
Yeah, it's a little pricey. I don't know how many lawns he mowed this year, but yeah, he's
little Katie Pricey. Rip.
So then she's like, "Well, I can't play the guitar anymore because the shakes, you dummy." And
he spent his truck money on it though. You gotta do it.
So she's like, he's like, "You can just sing." And then he like,
wait, this is another one of those lines that they do where I wish it was serious in Amelioration when he's like, "You helped me figure out my dreams, and now it's payback time." Deliver that line slightly differently.
And we got ourselves a horror movie. Psychological.
Very threatening.
Yes. Psychological thriller here.
Now so it's then payback time.
He hands her the sheet music, and it's Charlie's song. Yep. She's like, "How'd you even do this?" And he's like, "I went through your journal." Yeah. It's like, oh.
I stole your journal again.
I stole it.
And then he whips out his HTC phone and holds it up to the camera and is like, "All right, babe. Do it.
Sing an entire song, and we'll just go back and forth between you and me holding this HTC phone." Brought to you by HTC.
Brought to you by 5 minutes from now.
While I'll eat these M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms. Nature's candy.
I don't always HTC, but when I do, I'm eating M&Ms. So.
Ford.
Just saying. Products. Oh my, Gibson guitars. So he's just recording this again. He did this in Seattle too. And then she's singing again, and we get a full 3-4 minute long song. Charlie's song.
And it's the super on the nose song about like, "I used to walk alone and now I walk with you and I'm happy now and life is not so bad.
I walk alone." Is that a Green Day song?
I walk this lonely road. Yeah. We don't have the rights for that.
No, we don't.
But yeah, she's feeling alive. So good for her.
Good for her. So we're back home, and we got kind of
another montage.
Yeah, another montage. We got them playing cards. The whole family, Morgan's there. They're playing cards.
The back third of this movie is like montage to montage to montage with like a couple of quick non-montage scenes in between.
Yeah.
But otherwise it's all montage.
Yeah, montage is till death do us part.
Yep.
So the song carries over, and then we're in the boat docks, and this is her more during the back of the truck, and they're talking about stars, whatever, and she's looking even worse right now. Not great.
Yep. They're playing cards with Morgan and Charlie and Daddy. They're having a movie day. Everyone's laughing and having fun.
She's doing some more science star space distance thing. She's like, "Oh, that's we would have seen
that's
that
on the truck at night." The montage. Yeah. Sorry,
I was already past the montage.
Gotcha. Trying to describe it slightly.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter though.
It doesn't matter. So then
he's like, "That constellation looks like a burrito," and you're like, "You dipshit.
You're an idiot."
Where's the football player?
Yeah. You definitely needed that scholarship.
Yeah. And she's like, oh yeah, like, well, that one started being lights right around when you got your first skateboard.
He's like,
What?
yeah, your first skateboard when you were 7 years old.
Yeah. Except that's a normal reaction is, oh, what?
What?
And instead, he's just like, wow, how romantic.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Like,
There's some lines I think there's lines you can say to people where you're like, if they're both into it, oh, that's romantic. But if they're not, then it can be creepy. Risky move. So,
yeah, I mean, she's going to die anyway. I guess,
it doesn't matter. You might as well admit all of it. So she's like, yeah, I used to watch you every day. And like from my window, you had your Ken Griffey Jr. jersey you wore every day. He's like, that's right. I remember that jersey. That was awesome. That time you buzzed your hair. It looked stupid. He's like, yeah, it did. And then she's like, I've been watching and I've been watching and I've been watching
every day.
And I've been
when
watching.
you went by the window was the best part of my day.
Yeah.
And he's like, and instead of again being freaked out and confused, he was like, if I had just looked up, I could have been since we were kids. And she's like, you were in
my mind. And then she's like, I love you. And he's like, oh,
you too, sport.
Hey, right back at you. And he just like gives her a little nudge in the shoulder.
That would have been way funnier. Instead, he says, I love you too.
Yeah.
Lamb.
Boring. All right.
And she looks awful in this scene, which they don't carry through. Like,
no, she's going down. So then so we're back at Charlie's house and oh my God. So he's uploading the video to PeakTube, by the way.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice what the
it's not YouTube, but it's PeakTube. And he's uploading her recording session of Charlie's song. He's like, hey, in the description, he's like, my girlfriend wrote this song about me.
She's dying. Isn't that marketable?
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people are dying, Charlie. And we get like a time lapse.
People die every day, Charlie.
Yeah, just accept it. And we get like a time lapse transition shot of like just time passing, right?
Yeah, well, montage. Yeah.
And we're home, and Charlie has to go check. We're at the house, and Charlie's like, "Oh, I got to go check up on." Food. Yeah, he's like, "I got to go check on the boat one last time for the summer before the owners come." Yep, eating Chinese food because this family, that's all they eat, which is not good for your health. So
yeah, which Chinese food is delicious, but don't eat it every day.
Yeah, eat it sparingly. You know
you can't eat every day. Peanut M&Ms.
That's right. Close your eyes and open your mouth. Oh my God.
Melts in your car, not in your hand.
Melts in your Ford, not in your hand.
I see what you did there.
Hey, combining them there. All right, so then we got a flashback to him. Then we cut to flashback her having this memory of like, oh yeah. So we cut back to this scene in the movie where he's like, yeah, someday we can come out on the boat, and she's like, you know what?
These days.
Let's do that. And she's like, hey, I want to go. And everyone's like, what?
Yeah. And it's so like, again, the dialogue in this second half just really fell off a cliff. She's like, wait, I want to go out sailing. I want to go out with him on the boat now.
And I love it.
Like, that's actually the quote from the movie.
Yeah. And Dad's like, oh, she.
Honey.
And Morgan's like, yikes. And Charlie's like, oh. Nar. Nar. This is gonna be weird, isn't it? And she's like, I really want you, Dad. And Dad's like, okay. If I was Charlie, I'd be like, I don't want you dying on my boat.
Because
I don't actually own this boat.
That too, but also the real way this disease progresses, like giving her more sun exposure is more bad and dies quicker. Like, don't do this. It's not an immediate foregone conclusion that she's going to die immediately until they put her out on the boat. Like, Charlie murders her several times.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yep. So
him and the son Daddy. In cahoots.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Wait, does he maybe he's got a big life insurance policy on her.
Just saying.
Interesting.
Ideas. All right, so then we're at the boat dock here, and it's very sad. It's like they're literally just sending her off to her death, and like Morgan and Dad are walking around, like basically walk the plank, and some sappy songs playing, and there's hugs, and they're literally sending her to her death, pretty much, based on how this movie works. So then we got then we're on the boat ride of death montage.
Yep. Just avoid the sun. You're supposed to avoid the sun, not be in it. Because when they're like at the boat, she's like hugging everyone and takes her hood off.
Yeah.
Which you're like, don't extra expose yourself to whatever. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Yeah.
Wildly inconsistent makeup because she looked like she was dying in the last scene and now she looks like she's pretty much fine.
Yeah.
Which you're like, don't do that.
You got to look good when you're on the boat before you die, right? I guess so. Can't look. No one looks sickly when they're on a boat, right?
No. And she's doing like fist pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saved the ski lodge from the corporations.
From Zoe Carmichael's dad. So we got slow-mo boating. We got slow-mo boat doing things. We're hanging on the thing, the sails. She's enjoying it. She's loving it. And it's a flashback, flash forward thing. She's back on the boat. They're hugging. They're kissing. He's basically kissing a corpse at this point.
Yeah, because again, she's just getting more and more sun exposed, which actually would be more damaging.
Yes, and according to this movie, it's instant death. So she's like, I've waited my whole life for this. And then shots her in the boat, and then we cut to like mom's broken watch, enjoying the moment, which is not working. So it's all, and then we fade to white.
Yep. And just in time for another montage.
Yeah. So we got sad montage. So we got Charlie sitting on the rocks looking at the water. He's like, oh man, remember that time I killed my girlfriend on that boat ride?
Yeah, shouldn't have executed her like that. Oh well.
Oh well. And then we got Morgan's sat at the ice cream shop.
Garber's comforting her because he's like, good. Garber.
We're gonna bang later.
Stupid ass name.
And then Dad sat in his creepy dark room.
Chili.
Yeah, Dad's down in the basement, his dark room, being creepy, staring at photos of his hot daughter and hot wife or something. I don't know.
Yep, that's right.
And then we're back to the beach. We got Charlie, Dad, and Morgan.
I can't stop laughing.
Me neither. We see Charlie, Dad, Morgan, and Katie's there.
In an urn.
The team is back together.
That was quick. He really did just kill her on the boat. So funny.
Like, are you kidding me? Like,
yep. And it cuts this part of the montage in between with like mom and Katie are playing guitar and like running around on the beach and like daddy's just dumping her into the ocean.
I think isn't that a safety tip? Never dump ashes upstream or something. I think that's an actual one we've done before because it would blow back in your face or come back to where you are.
Yeah, something about ashes for sure.
Dumps downstream.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not, but it could be.
It could be. And then it's all in slow mo because that's where the emotion is. Motion is trapped in slow motion. So slow motion. Right?
You can't have slow motion without emotion.
That's right.
Slow with an E.
We're back home. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. So we're back home. Charlie looks up at the window, boarded up window.
I love Daddy's like, there he is.
Hey, my boy.
Wait, didn't she just die?
Charlie, do you like whiskey? Come on in here. Let me tell you something about life. It's fleeting, man. So just go out. Don't get married. Don't have kids. Just go and...
Did you have sex with my daughter? She was hot.
You can tell me. Like my wife, right? You can tell me. That's fine.
She's dead now. You can tell me.
Charlie, what do you think about Jägermeister? Come on. Get in here. You can tell me. It's fine.
You know it means deer hunter in German, right?
Do you like hunting, Charlie? I just bought this 22. Can you put these antlers on? We're going to go for a walk in the woods. Because, remember that time you killed my daughter? Not once, but twice. We talked about curfews, Charlie, and you broke that.
Yeah. And then the scene takes an even weirder turn in actuality. Yes. And he's like, oh, I'm glad you came by before you took off. When's your first practice for swimming? And he's like, oh, well, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I try to go down there soon. And he's like, I hope I can make it down for a meet. And he's like, wait, why would you come to a meet of mine?
Because Charlie...
I kept in touch with the coach after Katie reached out to him and got him back into Berkeley.
That's right, Charlie. Because Charlie, when you had sex with my dead, dying daughter and then you killed her, you're a part of the family now, Charlie. So now I'm your new dad.
It's all right here in her notebook, Charlie. Don't you see?
Don't you see it?
She wanted you to have it. Don't you see, Charlie?
Then Charlie's like, man, I'm so sorry. I killed your daughter. And he's like, shush. You stop that talk right now.
It's nobody's fault, he says explicitly.
Yeah.
It is very clearly Charlie's fault.
But he didn't know, though. He didn't know.
Yeah,
he He didn't know that she had his son disease thing before he brought her out the first time.
It's Katie's
right?
fault.
It's
She kind of
Katie's
killed
fault.
herself.
Yeah, it's actually her dead mom's fault for not having a waterproof watch.
And maybe bad genetics.
Let's just blame it down the line, okay? It's dad's fault, technically.
Mommy or daddy, yeah.
So, Jesus. He's like, oh, man, we're all good. Don't worry about it. Just come on in. Let's have some Jägermeister. Put on these deer antlers. We'll go for a walk in the woods. It's fine.
You're 18 now, right, boy?
Yeah.
He's like, all I ever wanted to do was make her happy. And you know what, Charlie? You made her happy. So good luck at school, son.
See ya. Daddy's got a date with a bottle of whiskey. Eat your first meat, asshole. So,
and then we get a truck montage.
Oh my God. So sappy.
Our final montage?
Nope. So truck ride. Charlie's listening to the radio and comes across, he puts on 98.7, The Wash. It's Seattle.
Listeners, you're just in time. This new crazy video from this new artist has gotten over 2 million views in just a couple of days. You heard it here first, everyone. Charlie's Song by Katie Price. Do I sound like old time radio? And he's like, Charlie's Song, what?
It's brought to you by KNXU, The Wash. Katie's Price, who's just as hot as her mom. Yes, the video on YouTube went viral because of the song. I don't think so. I think it's went viral because she's hot. That's probably why. That's how the internet works.
Get a load of this corpse.
She's a digital creator. Someone's AI'd feet on her, bare feet. All right, so how does she have an OnlyFans page? So yeah, Charlie's like, I struck it gold, man. Millions of views. I take that ad money and hit the road, you know?
Yeah.
Go across the country like you wanted to. Fix your truck.
And then we get like 5 minutes of starting to listen to the song, and he's literally it's just him driving in the truck and us looking at his face, not looking at the camera. Like he's just like looking off.
Yeah, and it's
driving down the road.
Ever remembering Katie and having the memories. And it's a montage. And we cut to Morgan having a moment remembering Katie with a photo, and then like we cut to she's still with Garver.
He's happy with Garver, getting coffee in public. She doesn't treat him like a pariah. Yeah.
So then we cut to Dad's office. He's a photographer for the Chronicle, local Chronicle, whatever. And he comes out and he's like,
"Who'd the text come from?"
Charlie. He's like, or maybe it's Morgan. Might have been Morgan.
I was just like, wait, is Charlie texting and driving?
Dangerous. Oof. Don't do that. Don't text and walk either. He's like, check out 98.7, The Wash. And he hears a song and he's like, that's my dead daughter.
He's just like, it's really weird seeing, like, I kind of get it, but also the way they do it is like, he's like fist pumping around his office. He's like, yes, all right,
that's my daughter, man. And the boss is
listen.
I'd like that scene continues. Like it's cut though, and like the boss comes like, hey, Jack, do you need some more time? I know your daughter just died. I know your wife died a few years ago.
Been working the night shift for a long time, but I think you're fired.
I think you gotta go, buddy.
You smell like whiskey.
You smell like fish too. Do you have that trimental?
Yeah. Hey. Oh yeah. Speaking of facts.
That's right. Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh, got me. I got one more for you.
Do it.
Are you familiar with Alice in Wonderland syndrome?
Oh boy.
AIWS?
I am not.
Not to be confused with AWS, brought to you by Amazon.
Where you can buy Host by Russ and Jared.
That's right. Nice. Good one. So apparently people with AIWS experience distortions in perception that make objects appear larger or smaller than they are, like that scene in Alice in Wonderland, right?
Okay.
So it's like living in a real life fantasy, except where it's awful because you don't know how large or small things are.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yep. And it can also distort your perception of time. So
it sounds like a bad acid trip.
Sounds awful.
Sounds terrible. So good luck with that. Okay. So speaking of cliffs, so we're at where were we? We're at like a cliff or something. Where are we?
We're just about at the cliff. Yeah. Charlie gets to some cliff and he's like, gets out of his truck and he's watching kind of a sunset, but not quite.
Oh yeah. I actually totally forgot about this. So this is
opening up her journal.
That's right. And he's reading.
Finds her letter to him. Dear Charlie, I'm more comfortable writing song lyrics than sentences. You killed me, you son of a bitch.
If you're reading this, you probably killed me because you brought me out in the boat, didn't you? My brain was so contracted I couldn't actually think at that moment, so I wouldn't know what I was doing. So
well, I mean, she does write. I'm more comfy writing song lyrics than sentences, which is a weird thing to say. But the stars have been burning for every moment of our time together. And that light that was burning and shining on us, like the sunlight that burned me to
that's
death,
the title of the song. Oh, right.
Will shine for 1,000 years.
And that connects to the stars thing about them and the time. And then and then this is all happening while we get a montage flashback of all the montages that we already saw in the movie of them together.
Yep.
Just in a faster montage mix.
That's right. And the last words are, all you have to do is remember to look up and then remember that I love you.
See ya.
Fade to sky.
Fade to sky. Yep. The end.
One more song.
And then that like ending, and then it cues up some weird, like really poppy, upbeat, like
Bella Thorne song. It's a Bella Thorne
that's the one. Oh,
it's another Bella Thorne song. Yeah. I think it's a different, maybe one of her. Yeah, I don't know.
So she did four or five songs on this, and then yeah.
Yep. So it's another Bella Thorne song for sure. The end.
The end. ...
Yeah. He murdered her for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's no doubt in my mind. Okay, so all right, let's ameliorate here, right?
Yeah, I know we started early, but
so many things. One, I'm good with the time. Hour and a half. Beautiful. That's fine.
Yep.
Always a big fan.
Change the genre. Make it like a horror thriller. Make it like a Disturbia kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like she's watching out the window. Like that would have been a good It Says Meets That, huh?
Yeah.
Turn it into like, make all the sarcastic lines serious. Daddy's watching.
Yeah.
Like
I
don't know.
Make Zoe Carmichael the actual villain and have her daddy be like an owner of some big pharma who cuts the study and the funding to, right?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that's the villain that angle, cool. Right? And then like they're like, oh, who cut the funding? Well, it was being funded by
Papa
Mr.
Carmichael.
Yeah, Carmichael Entertainment. And you're like, oh, Carmichael Entertainment.
Must be money laundering for a movie.
Yeah, and then we have a boat race to beat Zoe and win back, the funding.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, make it something different. Don't I think going loose with the rules of a rare disease like this that, is out there feels I know you're probably thinking like, people with disease, they're not actually watching this movie, so it's okay, but it's like
they might be.
And I would be pretty insulted if you made this movie about a rare disease I had.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Make it like it's not hard to make it a little more accurate either. It doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah, it could be definitely a dramatic portrayal if you want to go that route.
Sure.
Don't have the action sequence in the middle of the movie like you just robbed a bank and you need to get out of the sun, like you're like a vampire is going to turn up and burst into flames.
Yeah, it is pretty funny, but not what you want.
Not what you want. Not what we're looking for. So, yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do all that, maybe change the casting. Like, Rob Riggle. I love Rob Riggle, and I love
big fan
more Rob Riggle. But like, let him be funny. Don't let him be Wrigley.
Yeah, Riggle me this, right?
Don't let him waste away in this movie with a bad script.
Yeah, what a waste. It's sad. What a waste. Like the Zoe Carmichael thing. Like if you're not going to have that be a thread, then don't even have it.
Oh yeah, check off Zoe Carmichael.
Like she's not important at all in the movie. Like, make this an actual like drama about two people trying to be together with something in their way
against the odds. Yeah,
against the odds. Right? Anything else?
I don't think so. Good enough.
Okay, excellent. All right. Well, that wraps it. There at 98.7 The Wash. Come back.
That's right.
Okay, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with a new movie, new trailer trash. We're coming into Halloween season, folks, so get ready for that. We got a little Halloween double feature, I think, for October.
Yeah, big weenie season.
We call it Oktoberfest, so
that's right.
Let's do it. Might be doing I think we are doing a Saw movie for our number one fan, so.
That's right.
Keep listening.
Shout out to Kira.
That's right. Just So follow us on Instagram.
You listened to the end, you think, right? All the way to the end?
Yeah. Long time listener all the way through. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. You can follow us on Instagram at It's This Meets That. You can find some funny stuff there. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. Set us auto download. And if you have friends, even friends who can't go out during the day, you know what they need? They need to listen to something. You can share us with them, and it will make their lives go much faster in a peaceful way.
Right. Not like they're going to die, but
no, it's not what I meant. But maybe.
Or leave us a review. Wherever you can leave reviews, someplace on the internet.
Yeah, Google it.
Yeah, Google how do I review podcasts, and you'll probably find it.
Post us on PeakTube too.
Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Or if you're feeling old-fashioned, you want to send us an email, some long-form feedback. We love those, and we'll read it in Trailer Trash and maybe pick on you. Maybe not. Maybe it's just sweet and nice, and we'll just sing the praises.
Yeah.
But you can do that. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com, or go to the website, because listeners, have I ever told you how many hours of content are at itsthismeetsthat.com? Hundreds of hours.
Just documenting our friendship.
Really mind-boggling. Like
really,
a few weeks of listening.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about it.
If you count sleeping, you could probably get a month of listening to ITMT
straight through. Yeah. Wow.
And more information about the show, buy a Glenn shirt. You can click on the merch link. Any shirt will do, but I'm partial to Glenn.
This is for Glenn. This episode's for Glenn.
This episode's for Glenn.
Yeah.
Gone too soon to be an episode.
Yeah. Gone too soon, far too long, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of things that aren't on the website, because you have to click through the merch link to a different website to get that, just like Russ's book Host, which he just plugged a minute ago, but I'm going to plug again.
Plug it.
Wherever you buy books. And you can do all of that and more at itsthismeetsthat.com.